everybody, what's up? Killjoy Jake here, and instead of having friends, I have horror movies. Today I am very excited to talk to you all about VHS 94, the next installment in this awesome series besides that third film. The first two movies are some of my all-time favorite horror anthology films. They're like, all the segments in both of those movies are just so good. Like I said, just forget about the third film. So I am so excited to talk about VHS 94 and some of the crazy stories behind it as well. Now before I get into that, I'm gonna need y'all to like this video and subscribe for more horror content. Also, please consider supporting me on Patreon if you want to see more videos like this, so please consider supporting me by clicking on that link in the description below. Alrighty, now let's get into it.
What's your favorite scary movie?
Well, I'm Pennywise, dancing clown.
Oh, no, not the beast! Not the beast!
You son of a...
God, don't do that.
Well, sometimes that is better.
The VHS franchise has greatly impacted the horror genre, bringing us filmmakers like the Radio Silence team, who is doing the new Scream film, and also David Bruckner, who's directing the new Hellraiser film and this other movie called The Night House that comes out real soon. I'm actually really excited about it. It has a really interesting premise. Make sure to check that out. I unfortunately won't be talking about that as much in this video because, well, this is about VHS 94. Gotta stay on topic. I tend to get off topic sometimes. Now, we've known about VHS 94 for a while, but it was just announced that Shudder is actually going to be delivering this to us first, and that's where we'll be able to see it when it drops. Shudder recently made an announcement talking about the new film, saying VHS 94 marks the return of the infamous found footage anthology with segments from franchise alumni Simon Barrett of Seance and Timo Giganto, I think I'm pronouncing that correctly, from May the Devil Take You Too. In addition to acclaimed directors Jennifer Reeder from Knives and Skin, Ryan Prose of Low Life, and Chloe Okuno, Greg Anderson of the legendary drone metal band Sun O, and Southern Lord Records founder will compose the film's score. So there's actually a lot to talk about with these people who are coming on to direct segments of the new film. So first of all, Simon Barrett is actually one of the people that made like VHS happen in the first place, so that's really cool. He also did that movie Seance, if you've ever seen that. I'm a little more familiar with the things that he's written though, or like co-wrote. Like he actually wrote Blair Witch, The Guest, You're Next. All three of those movies are really good in my opinion, except maybe The Guest isn't all that great. I think it's a little overhyped. We can fight about that in the comments section though. This guy, whose name is really hard to pronounce and I don't want to butcher it as much as I've already have, he co-directed a fan favorite from VHS 2, Safe Haven, which is actually probably one of my favorite ones from that second film, and he'll be going solo for this new one, directing his own segment, which I'm actually really excited to see. Oh, and he's also involved with the James Wan produced remake of Train to Busan. I'm not excited for that at all. I probably won't be talking about it whatsoever. I don't think it needs a remake, if I'm being totally honest. If there's a handful of movies of horror films that are classics that I don't think need to be remade, and that is like in the top 10, for sure. But let's try to stay on track here and talk about these directors. Then there's Chloe Okuno, who wrote and directed this horror short film called Slut. I don't like saying that word, but that's just the name of this thing. I highly recommend you go check that out, by the way. I'm gonna leave a link for it in the description below. Jennifer Reeder is also one of the directors coming on board this new film, directing one of the shorts. She made this art house indie film called Knives and Skin from IFC. I haven't seen it yet, but I've heard really good things. And she's also been praised by the great Bong Joon-ho. So I mean, like, that guy can do no wrong. So his opinion is just correct, pretty much. And last but certainly not least is Ryan Prowse, who directed another indie IFC film actually called Low Life. I have not seen that yet. I've also heard good things though. So I'm very excited to see like what he does and all of these other directors with their short films in this new movie. And then David Bruckner is returning to like kind of just spearhead this whole operation. He's kind of like the guy that's just in charge of the whole project pretty much. I've already talked about him, like he's the guy that's directing the new Hellraiser. He's also doing that film called The Night House. Bruckner also got his start from VHS because he directed that short segment called Amateur Night. It's the one where the girl is like the succubus lady and her like face like breaks open like this. That's probably my favorite segment from the first one, except Radio Silence's like their finale short film or whatever. That one is also really good. So from this, it's kind of confirmed that there's going to be like 5 segments during this movie, which like the last one only had 3. So this is a huge improvement over whatever the hell that last VHS movie was. This film is pretty much gonna have the same setup as the first 2 movies, where like the third one has like that pre-apocalypse like feel to it or whatever is going on in that movie. It's basically just like these cops are going to like drop into this warehouse after discovering like a creepy videotapes like that shows murder on it, of course. Once they get into that warehouse, I'm sure we're gonna find a whole bunch of spooky videotapes with some creepy short films on them. Now let's talk about some behind the scenes stuff, because there's some crazy stories to be told about this movie so far. Josh Goldblum, who serves as a producer for this new film, said that we shot the film entirely during the pandemic, building sets in hotels, conference rooms, and in the spirit of the series' punk rock roots, we even ventured underground into a sewer. Our team channeled the misery of this past year appropriately, so rest assured it's the biggest, baddest, and most bloodthirsty batch of tapes yet. This just sounds so good. I mean, they actually went into a sewer to film like part of the segments for this? Like, what? I'm really hoping one of the segments of this like is crocodile themed, or we have like some crocodile monsters coming in and attacking our like main characters in a segment. That would be really cool. I will always love low budget movies that do a lot with less than like a big budget movie that does like all this crazy explosions and CGI, because when you have a low budget like that, you have to become resourceful and do things like this where you build sets in hotel rooms. Like, no one else does that because they have money. But because they have money, I feel like you can kind of lean on that a little bit and be a little more relaxed when you're making a film. Not these guys. No, these guys are putting like their 110% into this movie. It's that extra step that separates these big budget horror films that are just okay, opposed to this that is going to be chocked full of passion and bloody and disgusting fun. On top of David Bruckner, Radio Silence, and Josh Goldblum all being producers on this movie, I kind of disappointed when I heard that Radio Silence wasn't going to be doing a short film for this new upcoming film. But then again, I thought about it a little bit, and honestly, I'm kind of happy that they are just letting these other up-and-coming directors like direct shorts for this new movie. Radio Silence at one point was just like a YouTube channel. I don't know if you've ever seen like their original shorts that they used to put on there. It's just like it's just them like in the dark. They would make these short films where like these crazy CGI demons would come and like fly over and pick one of them up and like fly away with them. It was basically just like what VHS has become. Like these little short films. They would make like little like 1 to 5 minute videos. You can actually find them online, I'm sure, if you look hard enough. But they were also just like some weird ass filmmakers that just came out of nowhere, and now they're huge. They're making the new Scream film, and they are like considered elites amongst other horror people nowadays. I find it really cool that they're giving all these other up and coming promising directors a chance to be in like what is essentially their franchise. As someone who would also love to direct a segment of a future VHS film, I think that's pretty cool. Hey, Radio Silence, if you ever need another up and coming director, I haven't exactly made anything yet, but that'd be cool if I could be a part of that. Honestly, I'd like to just be like a gaffer or something. I'd just like to be there. I'll be the intern that just brings you coffee. That sounds great to me, honestly. That's like a dream come true in my opinion. I am so excited for VHS 94. I could actually talk about it all day, so I think I have to stop here. I have to relax a little bit, or else I think my head's just going to explode. All of these filmmakers are insanely promising, so I can't wait to see what they do with like a 10 to 15 minute short horror film within a massive horror film. I have nothing but good expectations for this new film, but what do you guys think? Are you excited for VHS 94, or like, are you not? Because if you're not, your opinion is wrong. Leave me something about it in the comments below. Thank you all so much for watching my video on VHS 94. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more horror content. Follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. Just look up Killjoy Jake and I'll come up. Check out my second channel, Movie Smoothie, where I review everything that isn't horror. I'm going to be reviewing all the new episodes of Rick and Morty the day after they are released, so like Monday mornings when they come out on Sunday nights. Make sure to check that out on my other page and subscribe. Please consider supporting me on Patreon as well if you want to see more videos like this. You can check that out by clicking on the link in the description below. And as always, don't forget to kill it out there, y'all.